Today we're going to have a quick video about the different types of irony: verbal, dramatic, and situational. So let's ask first of all, what is irony? Irony is about the expectations, and it's about the opposite of what is expected. So when you're looking at something being ironic or a sense of irony, you have an expectation of what is about to be said, or you have an expectation about what is about to happen, but then the opposite is happening, or the opposite is said. So if we're going to define irony, what you're expecting is actually the opposite. So the opposite happens of what is expected. There are three different types of irony: verbal, dramatic, and situational. Let's get into them. Let's start with verbal irony. So we're looking at verbal irony, we're looking at what is being spoken. And so if we were to define verbal irony, a character is going to say one thing, but they're going to mean the opposite. Now, a certain type within verbal irony would be called sarcasm, or being sarcastic. So when we look at the examples, a lot of time it might be the tone that we are looking at, or it could be the actual expectations themselves. So for example, if somebody says the locker room smells really good, they're probably using verbal irony because the expectation is that locker rooms never smell good. Awesome, another homework packet, said no student ever. So again, this is verbal irony because as somebody is saying, great, it's another homework packet's coming, that's awesome, the expectation is the opposite, that nobody wants to have another homework packet. The next type of irony we have is called dramatic irony. And if we define dramatic irony, usually that would be when the reader understands more about the events of a story than the character. In other words, as you're watching a movie or a TV show, or as you're reading through a book, you as the viewer or you as the reader, you know something that the character doesn't, and that's considered dramatic irony. For example, Tim's parents are proud of the A he got on the test, but we know as the readers or as the viewers of the show, we know Tim cheated. So there's dramatic irony because we can see how excited Tim's parents are they got an A on the test, but we know he cheated on it. Alex writes a love poem to Judy, but we know that Judy loves Devin, so you just want to tell Alex, don't do it, man, go find another person, because we know as the reader or as the viewer, Judy already loves Devin. She's not going to take the love poem from Alex. Because we know this and Alex doesn't know this, this is considered dramatic irony. The last one is situational irony. Now, situational irony goes with events, when what actually happens is the opposite of what is expected. So something about the situation that is going on is completely unexpected by everyone. For example, if we're looking at the American Civil War, General Sedgwick's last words were, "They couldn't hit an elephant at this distance." And yet, being on the battlefield with good soldiers, I'm pretty sure they were going to be able to hit more than just something as big as an elephant. The idea that Bill Gates would use an Apple computer when he's the founder of Microsoft and he should be having a Microsoft computer instead of an Apple computer, that's considered situational irony, when what actually happens is the opposite of what is expected. Lastly, let's just review what the idea of irony is. Something that is full of irony or something that is ironic is unexpected. If it's unexpected by the character in your story or the character in your movie or TV show, it's considered dramatic. You as the reader or the viewer know it, but the character doesn't, and that's considered dramatic irony. If it's unexpected by everyone, that's situational irony. If something's happening in real life or if something happens directly to you, and it's unexpected, that's considered situational irony. That's an event. If it's sarcasm, if somebody says one thing but means the other, if it's about verbal, then that would be the verbal irony. And a lot of times we use the word sarcasm with that. Thanks so much for stopping by at my channel, guys. If you'd like to see more of this, please leave in the comments below what else you would like to see. I'd also appreciate it if you give me a like, and hopefully you'll subscribe. Thanks for stopping by.